Yo, welcome back. We have a different team to showcase here today before the Open Great League rotates. And we want to be running the Defense Deoxys, Bastiodon, and Lickitung here. So very tanky team. And we're going to see if we can wiggle out of some situations here. We're going to have the Carbink in the front here versus this Deoxys. It's kind of a neutral matchup, but I believe the Carbink does outbulk us. But looks like our opponent here unfortunately lags a little bit because they do come back. So we're gonna go for this Thunderbolt right here and go for the farm down. So probably doesn't happen in a normal situation, but we just have to keep moving on. So we go for the Psycho Boost right there and dip. Switch out into this Lickitung here. This Lickitung is going to be able to tank this first Frenzy Plant easily. And then we're going to see what they have in the back here. We're going to go for this Body Slam immediately because we want to see if they're going to shield or they're going to switch out. They decided to shield, so there is some indication that they don't want to see this Lickitung in the back. Okay. They do reveal that they have the Talonflame in the back here, so we're just going to go for this Body Slam. This Body Slam does some good chip damage. We're going to let this go, obviously, because we have the Bastiodon in the back. Now they know that we have Bastiodon, and we're going to be able to fast move this Talonflame down really easily. That's a boost to Flame Charge that does kind of a decent amount, considering Bastion's really tanky there, and they know that's GG's, especially with the shield and some energy advantage right there. So GG's on to the next game. Obviously, this team here is a little bit of ABB action. You have the Defense Deoxys in the front and two things in the back weak to counter users. So if you want to think about it that way, that's another way to view it. Here we have the Talonflame again. Obviously, we want the Bastiodon on the Talonflame, but we don't. So we're going to see the energy on the Defense Deoxys when they switch out into the Lantern. We're going to switch into the Lickitung here. This Lickitung is going to throw, or this Lantern is going to be throwing the Surf. This is a Spark Lantern, so they're going to be able to get to these moves a little bit quicker. And we're going to have to go for some chip damage or at least get some shields at some point. Lickitung goes for this Body Slam here, and then we're going to go for another Body Slam bait because technically we want to potentially go for this Power Whip. We do finally get the shield. Our opponent ends up throwing the Surf at this Lickitung. We take the shield advantage. We're going to go back in with our Defense Deoxys right here. We're going to go for this Psycho Boost. The Psycho Boost does a good chunk of damage. Doesn't quite KO. But we're going to shield and potentially farm down. They don't allow us to farm down. We're going to switch in. And when they have the Talonflame, we have the Bastiodon. We know that we're going to be able to win this easily. And this is an easy counter down. We have energy for a move here. Okay, they have the Vigoroth. This Vigoroth is going to be able to do some good counter fast moves, but all their other charge moves are resisted. We know that this here, at best, could probably be the Body Slam, because traditionally people are running Body Slam Rock Slide these days. We're going to go for the Stoners. We do get a shield, and then we're going to be able to switch back into our Defense Deoxys. We do get to the counter down, and then we are able to get to a Psycho Boost and take out this Vigoroth in the last match right there. So GG's to our opponent. Able to kind of wiggle in and out of that situation with all of our Pokemon right there, especially since they're kind of bulky, and playing with the chip and dip scenario with the Defense Deoxys. So here we have the Dragonair non-Shadow, so kind of a different situation as far as DPS. We're going to be able to throw this Thunderbolt right here. This Thunderbolt will be resisted, but it will do enough chip damage. But they actually shield. They thought that we were going to chip and dip, so we decided to, in a weird way, that's kind of a bait. And then we're going to be able to try to get to 2 Psycho Boosts before we throw a move. We go for the first Psycho Boost here. They do decide to let it go, and they have Talonflame in the back. So we're just going to throw this Psycho Boost again because we don't want to switch out because we have a really good counter to this Talonflame. And then we're going to switch out into our Lickitung when they go into our Lantern and they decide to quit because they know that at best they're going to barely win that matchup, and we're going to be able to farm down with that Bastiodon, and then we're just going to clean up with our backline right there. So GG's to our opponent. On to the next game. Let's see who we find. We got the, a little bit tougher situation here. We're going to decide to stay in here, and we're going to basically kind of play this out. We want to see if they're going to stay in. Obviously, they're staying in right now, but maybe we can catch a move here. We're going to throw this Thunderbolt here after they throw their Shadow Ball. And then we're going to try to catch a move right here. Let's see if we catch the Shadow Ball. Or is it going to be the Surf? Ooh, so they go for the Surf bait. So didn't quite catch the Shadow Ball, but we do get Lickitung and bait out the Shadow Dragonite. Dragonite right here goes for the Dragon Claw. We're going to go for this Body Slam here. We do get that shield, which is great. Because now we're going to be able to get to... now we're going to be able to choose whether we want to go Psycho Boost here and switch out or go into the Bastiodon. We decided to go with the Psycho Boost here with the Defense Deoxys because we're going to be able to switch out. Plus, we needed to do some big damage. Our opponent ends up going to their Jellicent after the Dragon Claw from that Dragonite. And they're only going to be able to throw Surfs. We're going to see if we can farm down at this point. They go for another Surf. We are able to survive it. Okay, we got a move on our Bastiodon. Okay, so we have the Carbink right here. Unfortunately for this Carbink, they do have huge health, and we're going to have to try to whittle this Carbink down as much as possible. This Carbink is pretty tanky, as you can see. We were going to have to tank a move anyways. They go for the Moonblast right there, which is barely not going to take out that Bastiodon. We're going to have to switch into this Deoxys ASAP, and then we're going to try to farm it down. Unfortunately, we don't get the farm down, so they're going to be able to get to this Rock Slide right here. So GG's to our opponent right there. Carbink kind of cleaning up our team in the back right there. Considering, I don't know, I guess we don't have a real hard counter to that Carbink. Everything we have is generally kind of neutral or barely loses to it. So watch out for Carbink if you are using this team. So here we have the Pelipper versus this Defense Deoxys. We're actually just going to go for the Psycho Boost right here because we want some big damage. Because this Pelipper can actually go kind of crazy. So they go for the Hurricane right here, and we're going to try our best to get to a Thunderbolt and switch. Because they're going to be going for that Weather Ball pretty aggressively. And now that they are damaged a little bit, they're going to decide to stay in and throw another Weather Ball here. We're deciding to try to farm down this Pelipper at this point. This Pelipper does decide to stay in and throw all these Weather Balls. Lickitung has done his job, tanked a lot of these moves, and plus we're going to be able to farm down. We have a lot of neutral Body Slams. We're going to save one Body Slam and then switch out into our Bastiodon here. We know that they're going to probably throw the Dig, so we shield that. We get met with the Azumarill in the back. This Azumarill is going to throw an Ice Beam, so no Hydro Pump on this Azumarill is better for us here. We're going to be able to throw some neutral Stone Edges at this Azumarill, as you can see. Possibly this Azumarill only has Ice Beam and Play Up, and there you go. In fact, they only have Ice Beam and Play Up right here, so that's better for us, as we're only taking super effective fast moves, and we're doing neutral fast moves and neutral charge moves. So they go for another Play Up right there, and we're going to have to go for this Stone Edge ASAP. This Stone Edge right here would KO, but they have some shields. Let's see if they invest the shield. They do invest the shield right there. We're going to switch out immediately into the Lickitung to throw this Body Slam, possibly get them to snipe their energy, and that's exactly what we do. And then now we have a situation where we're going to have to go in with our Bastiodon right here. We know that this Bastiodon can resist the wing attacks, and plus we can pressure them with some additional smackdowns, and then we're going to immediately go into this Psycho Boost right when we have it. So GG's to our opponent right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.